I swear, no matter where you go, there's going to be a haunting urban legend of that area. Nobody, thing, or place is safe. Every town and city has their own monster or ghost hauntings, especially Montreal. There are tons of haunted houses and buildings in Montreal and hundreds of creepy ghosts, which I will be discussing in today's video. Hey everyone, what's up and welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10. I'm your host, Lindsay Ivan, and today I'm bringing you the top 10 scary Montreal urban legends part 2. Now this is part 2, so if you haven't seen the first part already, you totally should. It'll give you an idea on just how haunted Montreal is. Starting off this countdown, we have St. Paul Street. Located in Old Montreal, St. Paul Street is considered Montreal's most haunted street. So back in 1734, a slave named Marie Joseph Angelique was accused of arson. She was executed on this street despite being innocent. It's said that she can be seen walking the street in the outfit that she was executed in, a white robe with a sign dangling around her neck that reads arsonist. Apparently she's out seeking revenge for her unlawful execution. But that's not all. Phantom horse-drawn carriages can also be seen along the street, carrying a number of ghostly passengers. So maybe don't visit this street at night. It's worth taking the long route home than coming across those ghosts. In our 9th spot, we have the Red Light District. Back in early 1920s, Montreal's Red Light District was known for being a crime-ridden place. It just wasn't the safest area to say the least. And now, it's apparently haunted. Legend goes that tons of spirits from the past haunt this area. One of the ghosts is that of Beaupré the Giant. He was an 8'3" tall circus giant, wrestler, and strongman. Sadly, he died early at the age of 23. He must be the tallest ghost in that whole area. A, it would be terrifying to run into a ghost. B, it would be even more terrifying to run into a ghost that's 8'3", like ooh. Then you have countless other ghosts that haunt the streets and buildings in the area. In our 8th spot, we have MCLENNAN Library. This library is filled with books, resources, knowledge, and ghosts. Legend goes that the 6th floor of this library is extremely haunted. As a result, a lot of students refuse to even study there. Those who do wish to study there have been badly spooked by the ghosts. So the most famous ghost on the 6th floor is of an older man who wears a strange old coat. He has been seen floating above the floors towards students. He also likes to sneak up behind students, scare them, and then disappear into thin air. Clearly, he's a prankster that likes to have fun. Coming in at number 7, we have Wellington Tunnel. Built in 1932, this tunnel was built with 4 passages, 2 for cars, 1 for streetcars, and 1 for pedestrians. However, this tunnel was very problematic. It would often get flooded with water, making it dangerous, especially for the electric streetcars. People would also dump their garbage inside, and then it just started to stink in there. In 1994, it was closed down after being deemed too dangerous. From there, it lay abandoned, except for its ghostly visitors. So first off, legend goes that a man used to use this tunnel while on the way to his shift at the slaughterhouse. He then would carry a bucket of pig's blood back with him. Although he is now dead, his spirit continues to haunt the tunnel. You can still see him carrying his bucket of pig's blood with him. What is this, like Carrie? Get out of here. And then there's also the phantom of a nervous boy wearing an old style suit. But he's harmless. He seems more scared of you than anything. Making our way down the list, number 6, we have Fort de Isle Sainte Helene. This is a historic site on St. Helens Island. In the early 1820s, it was used as a defensive fort to protect Canada from a threat of an American invasion. Nowadays, it is home to a mass grave with 800 soldiers. These soldiers were ruthlessly massacred while being in the front line of fire. Now, legend goes that during sunsets, you can see the apparitions of the soldiers walking around the island. Other people have heard the sounds of phantom boots marching in unison. Others have witnessed sounds of disembodied voices, seen weird orbs or glowing lights, and have witnessed unexplainable smells of smoke. We're now at our 5th and halfway mark with the Bonhomme Sept Ales. The Bonhomme Sept Ales, which translates to the 7 o'clock man, is a very famous urban legend in Montreal. Legend goes that this creature lives in an isolated hut in the middle of the forest, and at night, he roams the streets to search for victims. He is described as being an older man with a heavy sack over his shoulders. A sack filled with his young victims. In some versions, he carries a cane with him to hook around the victim's neck to help snatch them. This was originally meant to scare kids from staying out past 7, but there's some truth to this legend. One Reddit user named Manon claimed that when he was younger, he got chased home by someone who looked exactly like this man creature thing. Who knows? Either way, don't wander around alone past 7. Coming in at number 4, we have the Grey Nuns Mother House. Back in 1918, the Grey Nunnery was home to orphans, the poor, the sick, and wounded soldiers. The orphanage was on the top floors of the left wing, whereas the sick and the soldiers were on the lower levels. But on Valentine's Day of 1918, tragedy struck this institution. A fire spread throughout the building, engulfing tons in flames. About 53 died that night, but it's theorized that there was way more. Nowadays, it's part of Concordia University, and legend goes that the ghosts of the past haunt the students and visitors of the building. In fact, 232 nuns are apparently buried in a crypt somewhere in or near the building. When the building was going to be converted into a school, they thought, hey, let's move this crypt. But it was deemed too hazardous because of the contagious illnesses that the nuns in the crypt had. Also, Concordia offers an on-campus daycare, and apparently multiple children have made friends with an imaginary man. A man with tattered clothing and burnt flesh, so that's cool. And some students there have been scared to death by some of these ghosts. In our third spot, we have Harry Houdini. Harry Houdini was once the world's greatest magician, and believe it or not, Montreal plays a big role in his life. On October 22nd, 1926, Harry Houdini was in his dressing room preparing for his show at the Princess Theatre in Montreal. That's when two McGill University students entered to see if he truly was magical. One of the students asked if he really could withstand any punch to the stomach. It was one of his tricks. But before Houdini could tighten his muscles, the student punches him 4 times in the gut. What he did not know is that he ruptured his appendix. Houdini went on pushing through a number of shows, resisting to get it checked out. He passed away just over a week later. Now it's believed that Houdini's ghost haunts the Princess Theatre. Staff members have reported seeing his ghost walking around as he dons his top hat and cape. Then in 2002, a fire destroyed one of the auditoriums and damaged 6 others. This fire was blamed on Houdini, who's getting revenge on the place where he met his demise. Moving on at number 2, we have RAVENSCRAG. In 1860 to 1863, RAVENSCRAG was a beautiful mansion. Then in 1940, the owner's son donated the property to the Royal Victoria Hospital for them to use as a medical facility. Now it's named the Allen Memorial Institute and is part of McGill University Faculty of Medicine. But it's known to be a very, very creepy place, and according to local legends, it's extremely haunted. According to the university, the upper levels of the buildings are the most ghost-ridden. Apparently in the 1950s and 60s, MK Ultra experiments took place there. Patients went through electroshock therapy, sensory deprivation, lobotomies, and way more. In fact, the building is so haunted that caretakers refuse to clean the morgues in the building, because at night, paranormal activity takes place down there. People have heard the sounds of someone getting tortured and have felt cold hands push them down the stairs. School is haunting enough. We don't need it to actually be haunted too. And in our number 1 spot, we have CINQ. At this nightclub, you can enjoy some spirits with the spirits, because according to local legends, it's terribly haunted. In fact, it's considered one of the most haunted buildings in downtown Montreal. So before becoming a trendy nightclub, it was actually a funeral home, and obviously a place that dealt with a number of dead people is going to end up being haunted. So legend goes that the ladies' washroom in the basement of the nightclub is famous for ghost sightings. In fact, it's so haunted that women are warned to never go to the bathroom alone. It's the location where the building's morgue used to be. One time, a patron encountered a ghostly woman in the bathroom with a jagged scar running all the way down her chest, obviously from the mortician. Another time, the owner found a woman in the bar, but the bar wasn't open to the public yet. He approached her asking if she needed any help, but when she turned to face him, it was revealed that she didn't have a face, as if it had been surgically removed. Maybe not the best location for a bar. And that's all for today's video. Let's move on to our comment shout out portion. I'll be shouting out comments from my video Top 10 Greatest Thieves in History. Boss King 2019 commented, "Lindsay, I think you're pretty. Have a great day. Plus these thieves are really good. Can't believe he jumped out of window in court." I like the use of my emoji there. That's really cool. And for those of you asking, it's because he's a member. So become a member and you can use my emoji. Caramel commented, I freaking love Money Heist. Me too, it's a really good show. I'm not finished yet. I'm still on season 2 halfway, I gotta continue. I barely have any time, but I want to finish it. It's really good, yeah. Molly James commented, just ordered a t-shirt and hoodie. Nice! Now we can be matching! Take a picture of you wearing it and tag me on Instagram. And that's all the comments I'm shouting out for today's video. Make sure to comment something down below for a chance to be featured in my next comment shout out. And as always, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to Most Amazing Top 10 for more amazing videos. I've been your host, Lindsay Ivan, and I'll see you when I see ya. Legend goes that the 6th floor of this library. So first off, legend goes that a man used to use this tunnel while on the way. Making our way down the list, number 6, we have Fort Dial, Sainte Helene. Making our way down the list, number 6, we have Fort Dial, Sainte Helene, have smelled Back in 19, the Grey Nunnery House was home to. Also, Concordia offers an on-campus, nice. Ugh. No, it looks like I'm crying. I just love Harry Houdini that much. Here's my role model. I'm just kidding. Okay. And in our number 1 spot, we have Le CINQ. Un, deux, trois, quatre, cinq. Un, deux, trois, quatre, cinq. It's 5.